Hey folks, this just in, we have an update to our Allstate Canada online Islamist bozo eruption story, which is to say that Shayan Sadiki, who hails from the great state of Pakistan, is now among the ranks of the unemployed. Good riddance. Sadiki is, or rather was, a senior consultant analyst for financial planning and analysis at Toronto-based Allstate Canada. But in his spare time, Sadiki put financial planning aside and ventured onto the internet to spew hatred toward certain groups. Here are a few of the disturbing social media posts that Sadiki proudly authored. For example, Sadiki believes Jews always play the victim and constantly refers to Jews with the juice box emoji, a coded way to bypass social media platforms for flagging hate speech used by anti-Semites and neo-Nazis. He has further dabbled with that hate speech by calling LeBron James Lagoy James. Sadiki has paid tribute to fallen IRGC leader Ayatollah Khamenei by offering rest in peace notifications multiple times over. He approves of Islamist mourning for the Ayatollah in Canada, claiming nobody is celebrating his assassination. This is despite millions of Iranians in the diaspora hitting the streets globally to clamor for regime change in Tehran, but never mind. And Sadiki wants to see all Israelis who are pro-Israel in Canada arrested. He refers to them as piss-Railies. He has stated that synagogues in Toronto being shot at are false flag attacks. And he's being spotted using the Hamas inverted red triangle. Nice. So it was we sought comment from Allstate. We wanted to know if they knew about Sadiki's vile posts and if his postings amounted to a violation of Allstate's code of conduct. By way of background, Allstate's net worth is more than US $54 billion. As you can imagine, this multinational corporation has an entire media relations department. But as I found out, as they say in Alabama, these dogs don't hunt. My first email to Allstate Canada's media relations team was sent on April 29th. It was met with radio silence. It wasn't even acknowledged. In the following days, I phoned the media relations department and left messages. No response. So I reached out to Allstate Canada's corporate head office in Northbrook, Illinois. Again, no response. So it was that I made a house call to Allstate Canada in Toronto. Here, check out the video evidence. So if they're able to get back to me this afternoon, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm going to go reach out to them and then I'll get back to you.
Yes.
What time today at end of day can I call you?
Oh, you know what? It's anytime. Incredible. You know, Allstate occupies an entire floor of a North Toronto office tower, yet while the lights are on, virtually nobody's home. For whatever reason, Allstate is still operating under COVID-19 work from home protocols. Can somebody buy this company a calendar already? But even after we personally delivered a message regarding Sadiki, yet again, nobody at Allstate Canada could be bothered to get back to us. And so it was we ran the original story on May the 4th. Now here's where things get very, very interesting indeed. Within just a few hours of our story being published, I finally received a terse email from Allstate's garbage media relations team. Here it goes, quote, "This individual is no longer employed by Allstate Canada. Please update your story to reflect this," end quote.
Fascinating.
So now we finally know the unspoken strategy of Allstate's so-called media relations team, which is to say these communications flacks thought if they did not respond to my questions, then this would effectively kill the story. Well, on that presumption, they were dead wrong. Well, we always want to get the other side of the story. If the other side refuses to provide comment, then the story does not die on the vine. Rather, it proceeds. What's more, when we report the story, we make sure to note that the other side refused to provide a response. And this, folks, by the way, is never a good look when it comes to the other side. In fact, it smacks of cowardice and incompetence. So it is, at the end of the day, Allstate Canada eventually did the right thing for the wrong reason, which is to say they only threw Sadiki under the bus when it became apparent that Allstate was going to endure a PR black eye itself. What an absolute joke. Furthermore, by protecting a closet Islamist until that Islamist proved to be too much collateral PR damage for the company, this makes a mockery of Allstate's branding. You know that Allstate is the so-called compassionate insurance company?
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Compassion. You can't teach it or place too great a value on it. But you could measure it down this very road on the morning of June 23rd. In the actions of Allstate claims adjuster Don Mulder, who at 5 a.m. drove 60 miles to a fire site, all just to shorten the distance between a man's loss and a man's recovery. People like Don Mulder, another reason.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Yeah, you're in good hands with Allstate, goes the decades-old slogan. But as I have discovered firsthand in dealing with this company, with Allstate, sometimes you get a pair of good hands. Other times, well, you just get a raised middle finger. Hey folks, for more than 2.5 years now, we have seen reprobates chanting for genocide in the streets of our great Dominion. And what is even more egregious, some of these people, they're not even citizens. They're international foreign students. They're temporary foreign workers. Enough is enough. If you're not a citizen and you're advocating for genocide and supporting terrorists, you got to pack your bags and get to the airport. If you feel as we do, please sign our petition at deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. And while you're there, if you can, kindly make a donation so that Rebel News can continue to bring you the other side of the story.